Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and welcome to I've been wanting to do a video, and I just haven't. I've been going to sleep early, really early, every night. I'm still dealing with my job, so there's that. But I haven't done a mediumship reading in a while, and of course, that's the whole reason I started learning tarot, and was because I'm a medium and I'm supposed to be doing mediumship readings, and it just feels like I'm overwhelmed with the sensation to do a reading. Because I've always got somebody knocking, wanting to communicate, and I just ignore it, because usually I'm at work. So I'm going to try to start doing these, and I've said this countless times. I'm going to start trying to do a mediumship reading either daily on here, or, I do every first break at work. I do tend to do a quick mediumship reading on my first break, and like, who's with me? Why are you here? Blah, 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 kind of thing. And something told me to pull out the Truth Oracle that I got on Amazon. My Modern Love Tarot, which I think is good for that, and my newer Urban Tarot. I actually said, when I set the intention to do a mediumship reading, if there's a spirit here that wants me to pick out specific decks, let me know. And then the Truth Oracle popped in my mind, and once I walked over to my towering shelves, the other two just kind of stuck out. I'm like, okay, and they kind of go together, I think. I have not pulled any cards, as you can see. I just did a quick grounding meditation and was like, okay, if there's anybody here, I'm on air. I'm ready to talk. I'm not at work. We can take our time. Well, not too much time, but I'm here. And so I'm, again, like, reintroducing you guys to how I do my mediumship spreads that I've actually made up, because it's the same spread I do every time. I need to start learning to branch out and ask more questions. I film all my videos on my phone, so I only have like 30 minutes, so that's why my videos are never longer than that. If they are, you're seeing me on a computer and you're facing me. So other than that, yeah, and I haven't done one of those in a long time because my computer's too small. And then we got the Truth Oracle here. So the first thing I do is pick a deck. And usually I have a deck that's the theme deck of the week, that I will pick. So like, this was the theme deck for last week. This will be the deck I use first. And then this is the secondary deck. But I'll show you how I do it. So I've already done my meditation. And I'm asking legitimately if there's anyone here in spirit that wishes to speak to me. Who are you? And that's the first question I always ask. And then I shuffle till a card pops out. And then one just popped out and then slid itself back in too, at the same time. So we have the, oh my God. So I did this yesterday. I didn't do it today at break, but I did it yesterday. And I pulled the death card from a different deck when I asked that same question. So I'm going to automatically assume it's the same person, because I feel like they haven't left me since yesterday. So this is someone that I automatically got a strong male vibe. I got young, maybe 20s, 30s. That's young to me. Yeah, this is kind of a visceral death card, but anytime I pull the death card, it's like they're telling me I know I've passed, because some come through and they don't know what's going on. They don't know that they passed over, or crossed over, and they're like, what's going on? What's happening? And usually that's a death that's just taken place, but, or they're refusing to accept it. That's the first question I ask. And then on either side, I use the second tarot deck, and I ask, What is your personality? And I don't know, when I started making this spread up, for some reason, it really, that was the question that I was like, why do I need to know that? But at the same time, it's like, I needed to know if in life they were kind of an a-hole, or were they good-hearted, or were they a hard worker. It, for some reason, felt like I needed to know that information. And a lot of times I get, I've never gotten one that's lied. That's like, oh, I was a great person and they weren't. Usually I can see through that. If I do get a card that's semi-negative, I can sit with it for a minute and be like, okay, he's recognizing that he was not a good person in life. So that makes sense. Okay. So this person knows they passed. What is your personality? What was your personality? Oh, well. Right off the bat, I had the Hermit. Sounds kind of like me. And the Queen of Cups. So I keep hearing, I knew my worth. They knew what they were worth, but they were introvert. They kept to themselves, but they were kind-hearted and sweet, and that's rare. Interesting. Then I'll use the Oracle deck to go on the bottom below death and say, what did you learn in life? And then above death, I will say, what did you learn in death? And it's important to me for this question because there's life lessons to be learned while we're here. That's why we're here. We're supposed to be learning these lessons. And sometimes it can reflect that we've learned that lesson, but sometimes it doesn't. And then they find that inner peace or whatever they were searching for once they passed. So it's almost like having to live that life and then passing was the whole reason why they were here, which I find interesting. So what did you learn in life? What did you learn in life? I got one trying to pop out here. Chew. Deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles, code word. So that could go one of the two ways. Deep thinking, remember. Remember is like remember who you were in a past life. Maybe get into past lives. But deep thinking really stuck with me. It's almost as if they're saying they were, I wouldn't be surprised if they were a poet or a philosopher of some sort. Which would make sense with the personality type to me also. What did you learn in death? What did you learn in death? Another one popped out. Silence. Keep silent. Coercion or hint. Interesting. And I feel like they were a hermit, but there was always a loud bustling people around them, and they couldn't ever quite get the hermit mode. So the silence in death, when they learned, never mind these keywords, to me they found the silence when they passed. They found the solace they were looking for. Interesting. So then I go back to the first deck I used, the Urban or Tarot, and I asked, do you have a message for me or anyone else? And I pulled immediately, before I could finish it, the Ace of Cups. So again, there's a concern for emotional stability here. Not even a concern, just maybe they've learned to be the Queen of Cups, to have their emotions in check, and they're seeing someone else hasn't. They don't have their emotions in check, and they're saying you need to bring that in. It could be very well me. Anyway, one more card for message. Oh, wow. The Four of Swords, take time and rest. Oh my God. It could very well be talking to me, but it doesn't feel like, I don't know if you guys have seen me do mediumship readings where my grandfather is in the cards, and I'm like, hey, you need to step back and let somebody else in. It doesn't feel that way, though. If this feels like a complete stranger, but they're still telling me, hey, you need to rest. You need to take a break, take time out, get your emotions in check. Interesting. I don't know that it'd be a complete stranger, but it's somebody I don't know or don't know that well. Interesting. Or it could be for somebody else out there. I did do this for everybody, not just for me. So whoever it is coming through, it could be for me or anybody. Sorry, I had to take a drink of my root beer. Alright, so the next question I ask is the one question that everybody wants to know. How did you die? How did you die? There's that's the Queen of Pentacles. No, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, and I feel like that's interesting because it's like the lap of luxury, but maybe she was too spoiled, How did you die? And the Five of Wands. Are you freaking kidding me? Five of Wands is conflict, fight. I know what it is. We have the Nine of Pentacles, somebody that has a lot of things. They have money, they have everything they need, and then we have Five of Wands as a conflict. I feel like it was a house break-in. This person passed. And despite the fact that there's a lot of females in this, I still feel like this is a male. Early 30s. Late 20s, early 30s. No. It doesn't feel like he was part of the break-in. This looks like, they're having a conflict. They're leaving. And there's a heart on the briefcase. It's almost like it was a setup. Ooh, I don't like that. Interesting. Where's that oracle deck? So then, I didn't even look, but I always look also on the bottom of the deck. We got the Five of Cups too, and there's a freaking coffin with. Okay. My suspicions have been allayed, and then we all have on the bottom of the Urban Tarot, the star, like they passed on. They're part of the cosmos now. This is a woman crying over the casket, right? This is a woman leaving her husband. I feel like they split. And I feel like something to do with Wall Street. Like, he worked on Wall Street. He made a lot of money. Even though he was young, he made a lot of money. They lived in luxury here. And she paid somebody to do a stage break-in so she would get all his money. And this is her crying at his funeral. Wow. Interesting. But yeah, that was on the bottom sides, each side there. So then we got a space here, up here in the corners, and down here in the corners, because I got these two cards on the side. You can't see it, and I can't make the camera any bigger, because, I guess I could, but now it fades out and it's ugly. See? And then we start getting candy and stuff that's sitting on my desk. But if we go over here a little bit, you can see these go here. This goes here, this goes up here, and then we got the two cards on the side that were the bottom of the decks. And then we have this space here, 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 and here, that are going to be the oracle deck that is basically, this is their moment to tell me any lingering information, to tell me information more on how they died, anything they want to tell me. And I don't know why, but the name Scott just came to mind. Don't know why. And if anybody watches this and has any idea if this resonates with you, love to let me know in the comments below, please. Because it's always nice to get to know that I was right, that this isn't all just something made up in my head. We have, it's not over, back and forth baggage. Okay, so that fits with this. Definitely some kind of confrontation with the spouse or loved one. Oh my God. Miracle. Dreams come true. Get what you want. Yeah, she got what she wanted, but nobody knows it. There might be anything else you want me to know. We have miss you, miss, wait, eager, and message, communication, records, call records, instant messaging. So he's sending this message now. Like, this is happening right this second, where he's speaking through to, communicating with me through the cards. Yeah, he's like, yeah, we're communicating. That's it. What am I trying to say? The aha moment that lets me know I am communicating with someone. The miss you, I almost feel like that's like he knows who betrayed him and what happened to him, but at the same time, he's looking forward to this person also being on the other side. Interesting. And then we got Miracle. I think that's about her. And then this is unfinished business. So this is the unfinished business, it's not over, back and forth. Yeah, I feel like that's, you know what would be interesting is, what I found is, if he passed because she hired someone to take him out, and then she dies from some horrible disease that she gets. And that's almost what I feel like here, is like she's getting her comeuppance now for the things she did in the past. So this may not be someone that's passed recently. Now that I'm feeling all of it, it doesn't feel, yeah, because we have the modern love tarot and the urban tarot that looks newer, but it doesn't feel like this is something that's just happened in the last decade or so. It feels a little bit older than that. So this could be this woman who never got tried or whatever for what was happening, what she did. But now she's paying for it in other ways. Because karma is a bitch and she will find you, always. So that's how I feel about it. But that is what it feels like here is, and that's why it's funny, because he's like, miss you, I'm waiting for you, wait, eager, miss, over here. He knows something, she's getting ready to pass, or something is happening to her, and he's like, haha, I can't wait for you to get over here and see how it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I have. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night.